Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Eric Aroca, and this channel is your source for all things building culture and improving your personal leadership. So let's go ahead and jump right in. For a few weeks, I've been talking to you guys all about culture. I've been talking to you about values, the importance of having a core set of values to govern or to run your business. Also talked a lot about purpose and sharing your why with people. Why do you exist? What is your purpose for your organization? Do you know the organization's values? Do you openly share those values with other people? Whether it be customers, internal customers, just whoever you come in contact with in your business. And then sharing your purpose or your why. And so we've talked a lot about this. I've been harping about this a lot. I've written a few articles about it as well. If you want to go check out my LinkedIn profile, there's a bunch of stuff that I've written on that. What's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? So I think it's about time that I share with you guys what my organizational values are for my business, and my why, and then my values as well. For those of you who don't know or who are new to the channel, I am a keynote speaker, author, and corporate coach. And so when I go out, I've been so fortunate to have been able to travel to quite a few different countries to speak, and it's awesome. I love it. It is just such a great experience to help inspire other people to greatness. So guys, it's time for me to share my values and purpose with you guys. When I go and coach companies, most of the time, and you'll hear this from other culture speakers or whatever, most of the time they coach you to come up with your purpose and your why first, and then your values and so on and so forth, your mission, vision, all that kind of good stuff, right? I kind of taken a little bit different approach. My approach is, let's figure out what your values are first, because we're going to use values to govern, to run the organization. So there is an old adage out there that says that your values will be the disinfectant to your culture. Okay? So think about that. Your values will be the disinfectant to your culture. So if your culture is not quite what you want it to be, really it should be not your vision or your mission or your purpose, but it really should be your values that help dictate where you move forward. And basically every decision that you have to make within your organization should be centered around, to some degree, around your values, right? Your values are going to be that governing thing that helps you make the right decisions for your organizations, for individuals, for yourself. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. I think I've delayed it long enough, right? Okay, so I have 4 sets of values that we live by here within my organization. And the first one is, we believe in living life with passion, purpose, and perseverance. Passion, we are very passionate about what we do. I am very passionate about being a speaker. I am very passionate about corporate coaching, being a corporate trainer. I love it. It is in my DNA. Like, we also believe in showing authenticity and vulnerability in our actions. So what does that mean? Well, we believe in being authentic. We believe in being who we are. As a speaker, I don't pretend to be someone else. I don't act like someone else. I am me. Take it or leave it, like it or hate it. We are very authentic. Even people who train for me, some of my other trainers, they are very authentic to themselves, to their own set of skills and abilities, and that's what makes them successful, right? So we really believe in being authentic. And having an authenticity to our message. And then vulnerability, well, we believe in being vulnerable. We believe in sharing things that have not gone well for us. We believe in sharing our past failures, because it is through our failures where we've learned great lessons along the way. If everything was great all the time and everything was just always perfect, well, we probably really wouldn't learn very much. So we really believe in authenticity and vulnerability, and then sharing that authenticity and vulnerability with our customers, with vendors, with one another, just everyone that we come in contact with. And I hope that throughout these videos, you're kind of getting a glimpse of how I show my vulnerability. I'm a storyteller. I love to tell personal stories. My video on Friday is going to give you a very good glimpse of that, of me being extremely vulnerable. I might get a little emotional too, so stay tuned for that one. We believe in communicating to connect with others. We spend so much time during our day in communicating. We are constantly in communication mode. Even when we're not speaking, we're using our nonverbal as a means to communicate with people. So if we communicate all day long, and that is all we're doing, how often do you connect with someone? And so we believe that we should communicate to connect with people. We really value the opportunity to connect with our clients, with our customers, with one another, with each other. I think there's a great deal of value in that, because when you make a connection with someone, you start to build relationships, and that's really what it's all about for me. I love that relationship building process, and just growing and fostering those relationships over a long period of time. So we strongly believe in that. And then our last value is we believe that leadership starts with the individual. And you've heard me say this before, but it's not about the title on your business card. It's not about the title on your desk, on your door. It's not about titles. It's not about position. Leadership really does start with the individual person. And if we could have organizations that have a lot of leaders, then those organizations would be better off. I strongly believe that leadership is a responsibility that falls upon all of us, regardless of titles or position. We should all be leaders in our own way. Those are the 4 values that we have. And it's been awesome to run my business based on those values. Okay, so now that values is taken care of, let's get down to the purpose and the why. My purpose is to help organizations build winning cultures that last, and to inspire those cultures to live the life that they've always imagined. The individual people, to inspire them to live the life they've always imagined. So that's what we are all about. That's what we do. That is our purpose. That's why we exist. I've had the opportunity to work for small companies, for startups, all the way up to conglomerate, giant companies that have been around for over 150 years. And so I've seen a little bit of everything as far as culture goes. And I can tell you that I've seen some cultures that are really good. I've seen some cultures that are really bad. And then I've seen some cultures that are just, how are you even in business? And I wanted to figure out a way to create something, to create a culture, a way of creating culture that would be sustainable for the long run. Because we all have culture. Think about the organization that you work at right now. You have a culture. It may or may not be a good culture, but you have a culture. And so we're trying to build winning cultures that last the test of time. We want that culture to exist and to flourish for generations to come, right? And that's why we exist. That's our why. We do that by helping people identify a clear set of values, have a great purpose, to identify what their purpose is, and then we really focus on leadership and communication, because we feel like those are the 3 areas that if all organizations could just come around those 3 areas, then their culture would be on its way to being great and to have sustainability over time. So it doesn't matter who the leader is. It doesn't matter who the CEO is, because the culture and the values will dictate to that CEO that, hey, this is how we do things here, and then you kind of move forward from there. Not to say that there's not wiggle room to do things differently and and do that sort of thing. That's not what it means at all. It just means that, hey, these are the things that we value, and this is how we move forward. Now we need to hear from you guys. So what is your culture? What are your values? What is your purpose for existing? What's the purpose for, even if you don't own a company, what's the purpose? What's the why for you getting up every morning and going to work for an organization? Those are things that we should know in our core, in our soul, not just, hey, I'm going there because I want to get a paycheck. Because we can all do that, but then we may not be as fulfilled as we could be. So if you don't know your company's culture, if you don't know your company's values or purpose, find out. If they don't have it, then be the person that stands up and says, hey, you know what? What is it that we believe in? And can we get started on identifying what it is we believe? So that you can have that same structure that helps your business to be successful and gives you that added flexibility and that added measure of satisfaction on the job. Guys, that's all we have time for today. So if you like the video, you know what to do. Share it, comment, all that good stuff. Just you know what to do. And we'll see you guys on Friday.